Come here, Belle.
Louis.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Afternoon Tea. I am Coco with the Afternoon Macaroon, and today we are serving up a beautiful cup of Earl Grey. The bergamot. And a little bit of tea. A little bit of a discussion about things that are going on. So I would say it's a pretty known trope that opposites attract. That you and your partner or your friend groups can have a lot of very similar interests, but a very different way about going about things. And this has become so clear to me in the past few weeks over discussions I've had with my partner. I am someone that really has sought to feel self-sufficient and empowered. A lot of the traumas from my past have informed that, as they tend to do. I want to really feel like I am going to be okay. Like I can handle it, like I can do things. My husband, my partner, he wants to make sure that he's doing the right thing before he does anything. So when he has a problem that he doesn't know how to solve, he becomes frozen. Can't decide which way to go, so I'll just stay right here. And for me, the worst possible outcome is not that I fail. The worst possible outcome is that I don't do anything. So when I'm confronted with an issue, I usually feel empowered to do some research, look things up, and then try something. Maybe try a few things. Maybe some of them will fail. Maybe some of them won't. I want to jump into action. If you guys are like me in this type 2 where you want to jump into action, resources like YouTube videos and blog posts and Google searches really make you feel empowered. There are people out there that have tried doing this before and they've been successful. And it really makes me feel like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too for most things. And I would say 80% of the things that I try, I'm somewhat successful at. I'm not going to say it looks exactly like the ones that do it professionally or the videos that I've watched, but it's successful enough that I feel empowered. I feel good about myself. I actually get a boost of self-esteem, not only for a job well done, which I think is a pretty common outcome when you've completed a task, but also that I was able to figure it out, that I was self-sufficient. And that's so important to me. It's actually the counterpart of that, which is depending on other people, which is very difficult for me to let go of, to relinquish. Bell hair. It's your fault. It's your fault. To me, it's amazing the catalog of knowledge that's out there. I have been able to find videos and complete tasks, everything from fixing my 1950s bathtub. Shout out to the very sweet Midwestern man who made a video for my exact 1954 Stanley tub drain, and I was able to do. Previously, it would have been something that you would have had to call a professional, a plumber. Now, some of these easier tasks, you really are able to do, and you're able to see and learn. That is such a validating offer. And I learned that I would be upset with the inaction of my partner because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how a problem could freeze someone. Because for me, it's an opportunity for action. It's you jump into action. You have stuff to do. There's a problem to be solved. Let's solve it. Let's try to solve it the wrong way maybe, but let's solve it. And so it was really frustrating for me because I would expect action and then I wouldn't get it. And I didn't understand why. And I didn't understand that for him, there was a paralyzing fear, their worst possible scenario, which is that they do something wrong. And once I realized that, I really started thinking about what is the happy medium? Because I can watch 2 or 3 videos and decide, okay, I'm going to have a crawfish boil or unclog my drain or replace my windshield wipers, and that is all good. But a lot of times I try to take things too far, and maybe I feel empowered to do things that I really shouldn't. I think the best and most painfully obvious example that comes to mind is when my hair was slightly too dark after visiting the hairdresser, which I asked for. I decided to try to lighten it last year. Watched a couple of videos, felt empowered to do so, and oh my gosh, it was horrific. I turned my hair orange, then oranger, then black and gray and purple. Not only that, I spent hundreds of dollars on the initial dye plus the 2 horrible box dyes I got, then the equipment and the toner that I bought at the beauty supply store to try to fix the orange hair, which turned it black. Yep, I did that. Took almost a year to get back to blonde. So there has to be a happy medium between feeling so empowered that I'm going to expend my resources of time and money and tools, because I am not a hairdresser. I didn't have all of that stuff. I am not an electrician. I'm a plumber. So a lot of times there is learning that has to take place, as well as tools that have to be bought in order to be able to complete the job. So where is this happy medium between me and the type of problem solver I am being maybe overly ambitious and having too much of my self-worth tied to the ability to solve problems, and people like my husband who feel disempowered and scared and frozen and paralyzed by fear of doing the wrong thing, feel of that failure? Where is the happy medium? How can we both help each other find that space where we can feel empowered to take some things on, try some things, but also to create a system of checks and balances within ourselves so that we know when to not buy that box of hair dye? So I think there's 2 different things that can be done here. If you're a type 1, like my husband, where you are frozen and find that crippling fear, where you don't even want to look at anything because there's a possibility you might not be able to do it. So you want to make sure and do 100 hours of research, or just call a professional. I want you all to try some stuff. Try a few things that you won't hurt yourself if you mess up, like unclogging a drain or replacing a windshield wiper, like small household task where you can really build that esteem that this is something you can do, that you can figure it out, because that neural pathway being formed is really going to help you get back there faster, quicker, and more often with tasks that you really can do. If you're type 2, like me, where problem solving means springing into action, take the time to really create those checks and balances within your mind. Set up those barriers. Think about your time and your resources as being synonymous. So how much time is it going to take me? How many tools am I going to have to purchase? How much am I going to have to learn in order to be able to do it? And if you create those barriers for yourself, it's really going to help when you are presented with a problem to know whether it's worth your time and energy and money and resources to fix the problem. That you could, but do you need to? Do you need to do that task? And I think those are both healthy middle grounds that we can reach and come together with. Hopefully lift each other up and keep each other grounded. What do you think, Chip? You spring into action. We all remember when he hid in Belle's bag and went home with her, right? Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by and taking a sip of the afternoon tea with me. I am Coco. This channel is dedicated to helping find the pleasure in life. We post cooking videos every week to help feed our bodies, and afternoon tea videos every week to help feed our souls. Please hit like and subscribe. It really helps us reach more people and just spread the joy. Until next time, laissez le bon temps rouler, and everyone have a great day.